on accountability. Of the 20 candidates that are in the race for the general election, you were the one that wouldn't do an interview with the Cllr Echo, just on accountability. So just to throw some of the questions that I'd have loved to ask you in the interview. Your former PA was in the news today, Fiona Smith. She's not been paid the €11,500 that was awarded to her by the Workplace Relations Committee. When will this be paid?
Oh, will be paid. I have been putting little bits away so that because it is something that I wouldn't actually have the full amount of.
But a TD's wage is 101,000.
Oh, I know what the wage is, and I've been very transparent as well in respect of my expenditure. I'm a mother of 6 children. I also have a partner who uses medicinal cannabis oil to treat his condition. So, I mean, it's not a case that I don't have the money, it's a case that I haven't been able to make the full payment as yet.
And when can Fiona expect, like she's spoken of the difficulties she's expecting now in advance of Christmas? And she has bills to pay, she has everything else. She's, case was approved by the Workplace Relations.
This is going through the courts, so, it's not a case that it won't be paid, it will be paid, and of that I'm 100% certain. So I know that it's next in court in early December, and I'd like to let that take its course and discuss policy here today, if that's okay.
And just one more question to you. On a 4-year period on rent arrears, 12,126 was built up as far as June 3rd, 2016 for property at Tullycryan. The loan was subsequently paid or repaid back or paid by Sinn Féin. So have you repaid the loan to Sinn Féin for them paying for that rent arrears?
The arrangement with Sinn Féin ceased once I left the party, and I know that they still receive over 27,000 per year for myself as a TD, because in politics, when you leave a party, unless you are expelled, the allowance goes and stays with the party. So they have availed of 27,000 for each year that I have not been a member of the party.
So that you're not going to repay the loan, it's up to Sinn Féin to repay the 27,000? Sinn Féin are going to repay it from the 27,000, is that what you're saying?
No, well, I made repayments.
But have you repaid the loan to Sinn Féin in full?
Not in full, no.
And do you intend to?
Well, they have 27,000 that they have every year.
So it's up to them to take it from that 27, you won't be giving it back?
I paid what I could, and then I was out of the party. So every arrangement, every communication ceased from that moment onwards.
Donna McGettigan, as a Sinn Féin member, do you accept this? It's up to you to take the 27,000 to repay that loan?
Well, the Sinn Féin seat was a Sinn Féin seat. And it's up to us to win that Sinn Féin seat back again. It wasn't an independent seat. Nobody was voted into that seat as an independent. It was a Sinn Féin seat. We weren't. The money hasn't been paid back, as far as I'm aware, and it should be.
So are you saying Violet Anne should have given the seat back or moved out?
It
should have went to. She should have handed the seat back, and it could have went to convention, back out again into election.
Well, I would say that, the whole process of what I went through in being elected as a Sinn Féin TD and what I experienced locally, in particular from local members and elected representatives of Sinn Féin, that could have been different as well. You have your viewpoint, I have my viewpoint, and you want to talk about accountability. So, it would be great to go back to policy rather than the difficulties that I had within Sinn Féin. I think that has been discussed at length in the media, well and truly, even by yourself, Paddy, on previous occasions.
Yeah, and just to advise everyone, Cllr Echo will continue, what 4 are elected, to hold them all to account, regardless of who they are, what their creed. That's what we do. We're not elected, but we will hold people to account, whether they like it or not.